All rise. Everybody in the courtroom, please stand. For the judge, I don't take no junk, Jones.
All right, you all may be seated.
The plaintiff, DJ, says as soon as he began dating the defendant, she became extremely controlling. DJ is suing his ex-girlfriend for unreturned property and emotional distress. Defendant Ashton says while dating DJ, he became deathly ill with a heart disease that was a result of excessive drinking. Ashton claims she nursed DJ back to health, but after being sober for a while, he went back to drinking and using drugs. She is countersuing for $3,500 for unpaid rent and payment for her poodle, which she believed he poisoned.
Okay, sir, let's start with you.
Okay, Your Honor. I've been Ashton to a friend, and we also had a few classes at GTCC. It was cool at first, then she became a bit controlling. I couldn't go to the bathroom without her asking how long I would be in there. I couldn't listen to music. I couldn't watch my favorite TV show. When I got off of work,
What would she say, sir?
she would ask me why was I late, even if I came straight home. She had timed how long it took me. She timed me how long it took me to get from work to home. So if I was a minute late, you know she was spazzing out.
Well, how long were you together, sir?
We did about a year and a half.
Man, you mean for a whole year and a half you allowed this woman to control you? Why didn't you just leave the house?
Well, yeah, it got worse. I went to work one day, and I got injured on the job. I broke my leg and got a hernia. When I went to the pre-op for the hernia operation, they told me I had heart disease. I was told I would be out of work for months. So I told her I would need some help. And she said, "Don't worry about it. You're my boyfriend. I got you." During this period, I made payments on our homeowner's insurance. I made a car payment twice. I even gave her money to get this poodle groomed several occasions. Whatever she wanted, I gave it to her.
Sir, I just want to know, what was the agreement? She's countersuing you for rent.
There was no agreement or nothing. There was no contract. She was supposed to help me out, not me help her out. Then I realized she was a gold digger.
Sir, no names, please.
She wanted me to pay for everything. And when she realized I got that workers' comp check, she wanted every single penny I had. I mean, what could I do? I didn't have anyone else to help me.
Well, sir, what was your family? Why didn't you go live with your family?
Because of her behavior. She alienated me from all my family. They felt like if she was around, then they wouldn't come around. My brother, he told me she was crazy. I should have listened to that fool.
Sir, all I want you to do is discuss your paying the rent.
What you mean?
Are you deaf? Are you on drugs?
What you mean rent?
Yes, the rent. You know what you pay when you live with her? Did you own this house? Discuss the rent. Answer the question. DJ, you're starting to act strange. I don't know if I can understand you, if you're straight or not, man.
Look, we just discussed me giving her some money to help out. There was no agreement for rent.
And now a word from our sponsors.
So there was no discussion about rent?
Not for the rent. I just said I'd give her some money. I could help her.
Oh, okay, well, why didn't you just say so? I believe something is not right with your story. So, did you pay anything for rent, sir? Did you pay anything?
Look, I paid her all I had for my workers' comp, but I guess it wasn't enough.
Man, all I want to know is how much was that? Can you give me an amount, sir, and stop beating around the bush? How much did you pay?
I ain't really sure about the amount.
Well, I'm sure she's going to know how much. Looks like she's got a stack of papers
Yeah,
to prove
sure
her
she
point,
does.
and looks like you came empty-handed, sir, so we're going to go to her.
The defendant Ashton is being sued by her ex-boyfriend because he claims she is jealous and controlling.
Now, let's get to you, ma'am. Can you give me some background information about your relationship with DJ and the rent you claim he owes you and the poodle?
Okay, when I met DJ, I was so taken by him. He was funny, he was handsome, he was great. Like, his energy, I fell for him, admittedly. I had just gotten out of a 5-year relationship, and that guy was mentally and physically abusive, and I told DJ that, Your Honor, and I was not going to let that happen anymore, and I told him that if he would ever lay a finger on me, I would kill him.
Kill him? Man, you stayed with a woman who threatened to kill you when you first started dating her?
Hey, what can I say?
Both of you are crazy. I'm not sure if I can believe either one of you.
I allowed him to move in with me after 2 weeks.
After 2 weeks? Now I know you're crazy, ma'am. You didn't even know this guy.
But I loved him, and he was staying with some of his friends, and I just wanted him to be comfortable. I had a 4-bedroom house. I thought we were going to start a life together. So he moved in, and about 6 months, he got promoted on his job and started
Please let her
making.
finish.
He,
Please.
Thanks, Ray.
he started making big money, and so we went on vacations,
Okay, you like the
and
money.
we partied. He bought me expensive jewelry, and he bought me a very expensive toy poodle.
Man, you said she was a gold digger. Well, it looks to me like you enjoyed spending money on her.
Look, Your Honor, I was just trying to make the girl happy.
Man, you just lost your player card.
Oh,
Ma'am, please continue.
Okay, Your Honor. He lived with me for about 6 months, but never paid
Sir,
any
please let her
rent.
continue. Sir, please.
Yeah, he gave me gifts and took me on vacation. But this is about rent. Don't nobody live rent-free.
So, did you have an agreement about the rent, ma'am?
Yes, we did, Your Honor.
So, what was the agreement?
The agreement was that he would pay $500 a month for rent.
Okay, ma'am, when was the rent due?
yeah, well,
Well, I wanted to give him a little bit of time after he moved in. He just moved in.
Ma'am, when did he have to start paying rent? That's what you're suing for, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Ma'am, please continue.
Well, he stayed for 6 months rent-free.
Sir, please, let her finish. You had your chance to talk.
okay.
After those 6 months, I told him he needed to start paying rent.
I had to start paying rent because she came to my job one day and saw me talking to one of my coworkers who just happened to be a woman.
Oh, okay, ma'am. Now I see what's going on.
No, that is not true. I never
that's
came
it.
to his job, and I don't even know where he works.
That's a lie. You know exactly where I work. I almost got fired because you kept popping up.
And now another word from our sponsors.
Botom.
And we're back.
Ma'am, why were you stalking this man at his job?
I would be damned if I was going to let him use me. So I did go to his job to see what was going on.
Okay, so you did go to his job. Well, ma'am, please just finish your side.
Well, not too long after he got sick, he asked me if I could take care of him while he was sick, and
that was nice.
I agreed. And I would go to the hospital. I would take him to doctor's appointments, and then
Well, that's when you asked for the rent. You asked the man for the rent when he was down and desperate.
No, it wasn't like that.
Ma'am, you beat the man down while he was sick.
Your Honor, I had bills to pay, and Love don't pay no bills.
Ma'am, didn't you have any type of empathy for the man? He was sick.
Your Honor, I have bills. They need to be paid.
Look, Judge, I'm gonna be real. She needed extra money because she just bought a 2015 Range Rover.
Ma'am, did you just buy a new car and you expected this man to pay for it?
Yep.
Ma'am, let's move on. Just tell me about the papers you have.
This is an agreement that DJ signed stating that he will pay $500 for the rent and other bills, etc.
Sir, she has documents that you signed. Ma'am, he said he didn't sign anything. When did he sign these papers?
He signed it when he was in the hospital. I brought all the documents for him to sign.
He signed other documents? What are the
Yes.
other documents?
Yes, he signed over his property. He made me beneficiary to his life insurance. I am also on his bank account.
Sir, please.
he wanted me to be taken care of if he died.
Sir, she has your signature on these papers.
May I see these papers, Judge? This ain't my signature.
Ma'am, he said he didn't sign those papers.
Yes, he did, Your Honor. He does not remember because he was taking too much pain medication.
Ma'am, you mean to tell me you had this man sign papers while he was under the influence of narcotics? Ma'am, that's devious and it's suspect. I don't know if I can believe you or not. I'm starting to think maybe you are a gold digger. Can you just please tell me about the dog?
Well, Your Honor, DJ was always jealous of Muffins. He would kick the dog, and on several occasions, he wouldn't even feed her while I was out.
Ma'am, you knew he was sick. How could he be expected to feed the dog?
Well, there was no reason he couldn't just help out with Muffins.
Sir, did you kick the dog? Can you just answer that?
No, Your Honor, I ain't keep that dog. And Muffins is not dead.
Ma'am, you said the dog was dead. What's going on?
I thought she was because she just disappeared one day.
I'm gonna be real, okay? I took the dog when I moved out because she was abusing the dog. And ownership papers are in my name.
Well, sir, do you have the papers to prove it?
Sure do.
Can I see them?
There you go. All right there.
Well, ma'am, looks like he has papers, which leads me to believe you're lying. I believe you're just trying to get money. You tricked this man into signing papers. Your case is dismissed. I award the plaintiff $6,500 for his pain and suffering. And ma'am, I'm going to open a case about you because the plaintiff claims he didn't sign the papers. Case is dismissed.
Your Honor.
Case is dismissed. Ma'am, bailiff, get this woman out of my courtroom.
Bye-bye.
I don't want to see her face in my courtroom again. Get her out of here. Ma'am, please get your papers and leave.